So, per my last video where I was examining my own brain and how I developed and how I wanted to give off knowledge to maybe myself in the future and to some other random guys on the internet who might stumble upon this video, I have again a new entry here. Well, basically, what I've figured out now is that before, when I made all those videos and I wrote a book, still in progress, to be honest, I'm still having to make it readable, let's say that. I discovered that I've always had a lot of feminine energy in me, about me, and I've adopted that. And that 26-year recap of my life, or trying to figure out who I am, what I know, why I am, what is this, I kinda now maybe see that yes, life is a whole ass journey that you're always learning. Even when you think you've figured it out, I mean, you maybe have, but just a part of it maybe. And now I kind of realized that, yeah, I perhaps realized and understood and put together the puzzle pieces to my past and the feminine experience. The feminine side of me, I kind of maxed out the knowledge on that. But I have been lacking on the masculine part. I've always had it. I think I was born with it. I was supposed to be it. But the feminine side kind of forcefully took over, I'd say. So I've now been reliving, I've been relearning the masculine part of me. I've been letting it loose more. I've let it have control. I've not tried to hold myself back too much of what I want to be on that side. Not always trying to think about what others want, what's the best for the world, how to nurture, caring about others, feminine stuff, what we associate at least. So, and I'm not saying that I'm like some douchebag or I'm burning the world or anything. No, I wouldn't say that's what masculinity is. It's more like, I see it as confidence. Yeah, no, you can be confident in your feminine energy. I know. Maybe it is hard for me to explain the side of masculinity that I'm exploring, but it is a really big part of a man's journey to learn how to be masculine. And yeah, confidence can come from many different places, but masculine confidence, it is different. You can understand it, you can sniff it out, even in women. It doesn't matter your gender, you can have masculine and feminine confidence, both. Mix and match, max out on both, either, neither, whatever. But yeah, that's so, I will describe it like this. I maxed out my femininity, knowledge, power, however much I needed to or could. I self-actualized them, then I was my most secure, I think. Like looking back at my videos, I like myself, like how I conducted myself in those videos. I like how I was then. I wasn't like playing it up for the camera, I wasn't clowning around just to please others. I wasn't being kind of a dickhead like I sometimes am on camera. Like, it's a character. These are characters, especially when I'm on camera. And in real life as well. I tend not to stay in the most grounded, most realist, most right now, let's talk about 1 + 1 = 2 type of beat. I try to make life more interesting. Put some sarcasm here, joke there, some impression here. nonchalantness there, whatever. Like, spice it up is what I'm trying to do probably in life. Maybe I'm masking and hiding from who I really am and what I'm really thinking at the moment. There's always that. But of course, I'm just trying to enjoy life. So I liked myself when I maxed out on the feminine thing. But now I'm kind of like stepping. I'm not trying to say that I've learned everything. I want to keep continuing learning. So after self-actualizing, I kind of saw myself like, okay, what else is there to just discover? And masculinity, yeah, from every angle possible. So that being my weak side, weak point, that took me like down a peg from my probably self-confidence, security, whatever. I kind of like, I peaked, then maybe I came down a bit, because I always have that peak with me, you know. But now maybe maybe coming off of that peak is even humbling yourself. Maybe that is something you should do, no matter what. So I kind of feel like I'm there, but I don't like lose my confidence because of it. I would say I keep myself humble, but sometimes insecurities do pop up. Not about maybe myself, like, oh, my flimsy arms or my hairy arms, not like that per se. More like insecurities about, what do I actually know about life? Am I really sure that I'm doing all of this correct? Am I really sure that I shouldn't be maxing out on my career right now? Should I have a wife right now? Am I sure what kind of a wife I'm looking for? Like, I do have knowledge gaps, of course we all do. And I own that, I think.